So I'd like to welcome everybody to, I think this is the third variation of the BrightFocus Fast Track. My name is John Ash. If you don't know me, I think hopefully most of you do by now. And I represent the RD meeting incorporated here for this meeting. And we're very proud to have a partnership with BrightFocus Foundation to host this Fast Track meeting. You know, this was initially designed in 2000. We had the first one in 2021, and it was, the purpose of this Fast Track was to actually improve the science and the applications for young investigators submitting grants to the BrightFocus Foundation for their investigator funding. And you know, those of us who were on the scientific advisory board for the BrightFocus were kind of frustrated with some of the grants that were coming in because they weren't quite on target for the mission for the BrightFocus. So we created this Fast Track to sort of give an educational platform so that young investigators could actually get an advantage and learn how the program and what the BrightFocus was looking for in terms of the grant application. And those of us on the committee see this as a huge success. The funding mechanism, the grants that come in are much, much more focused on what the mission is for BrightFocus, and so I think it's a huge success. And so with that, Linz, we're really happy to have this partnership with BrightFocus, and I'm going to introduce Diane Bovenkamp, who represents BrightFocus, and I just wanted to acknowledge her. This is a fantastic partnership with us, and this is a wonderful event, so thank you all for coming. So, Diane?
All right, thank you. Well, of course, this couldn't have been done without John and with all the organizers, so thank you so much. All right, I think the thing that says next, all right. Disclosures for me, we do, I'm an employee of BrightFocus Foundation, as well as we do receive unrestricted educational grants for our CHATS programs from a number of companies, but I do not personally benefit from this, unfortunately. So I would like to thank, for the first time this year, we've had some sponsors of our Fast Track program. In particular, I'd really like to thank the BrightFocus Foundation Board of Directors has decided that they gave some financial support to support this series. So they really do believe in educating all of you here and to support the science moving forward, as well as our KD Group, JP Morgan, and Sandy Spring Bank. So, as John said, this has been a labor of love. It started even before the 2021 start, that we've been trying to find a meeting to have this AMD Fast Track. So thank you so much to the RD organizers for doing this. And so I wanted to say that after I step off the stage, it'll then be Dr. Sennlaub and Dr. Doyle who will be leading the show here and tell you a lot more about the speakers. But just wanted to, and I did want to say, give a shout out to Dr. Preeti Subramanian, who's in the audience now, who's now, I'm so happy to say, has moved in her career to Foundation Fighting Blindness. But she helped to start the original, bring together some of the speakers with Florian and Sarah, and I just stepped in and took over. So in terms of the timeline, so the original one was in Nashville in the middle, I think it was the pandemic lockdown, or maybe it had just lifted and not a lot of people wanted to move, right? So it was virtual. And thanks to Preeti, Joe, and John for moving this forward. I did want to say that I have links here, but we have a BrightFocus YouTube channel. You can actually go and see all of the presentations. There's a link here, but on our website too, we really do take it to heart, and we reference in all of our application instructions that we recommend every applicant go and watch these videos, because part of it is, it's what are the gaps and trying to steer people forward to avoid the pitfalls. So that was in Nashville, and we mainly talked about structure, development, aging, animal models, in vitro models, histopathology and drug targets, and of course immunology and microglia. The next time was in Torremolinos last year, or 2 years ago, and thanks to Drs. Bose Rickman and John Ash and Preeti as well for leading that up. And in those, we went on different topics: multi-layer deposit-driven progression sequence, imaging, genetics and biology, cellular mechanisms, metabolism, innate immunity, genetic environmental risks, and treatments. So, and this year, there's a whole different lineup that our co-chairs will go over later. But I wanted to point out the first 2 times it was called Macular Fast Track, and everybody here should go and get a t-shirt. And yes, this is different. It said Macular Fast Track on the back of your t-shirt before. Now it says AMD Fast Track to better represent what, the topics that we're talking about here. And so on this, I just wanted to give the overview. It's going to be a lesson in 4 parts with a couple of coffee breaks. But at the lunch, I did want to point out that it is considered to be a networking lunch. So try and find some of the speakers and organizing committees and get together with them and talk about their talks. It's don't be afraid if you're an early career investigator saying, oh, I can't go up and talk to that world-class scientist. Well, you're all world-class scientists, in my opinion, so just go up and introduce yourself, and everybody will be glad to talk with you. Should just maybe taking 2 more minutes just to let you know about BrightFocus and what we do, because obviously my main interest is that I want you guys to get some amazing ideas, come back to us, apply for money, and then we give you money that you can then go and cure the disease. And that will help all the affected individuals, of which we have connections, about 600,000, I think, across the world who we're in contact with. So we fund not only macular degeneration, but glaucoma and Alzheimer's and related dementia. They're all neurodegenerative diseases, and there's about 335 million people in the world who are affected by that. Oh, that's the laser, not the next. So for the last 52 years, we've given more than $310 million for almost 2,000 projects, 7,000 scientists in 28 countries. So we were really happy to add Chile, Japan, and Denmark last year. So if anybody, so it doesn't matter, no US citizenship requirements, and you don't even have to need to collaborate with any US individuals. And it can be basic, translational, clinical. So there's information here. This year for macular degeneration is closed, but the Alzheimer's and glaucoma are open. And you can just go to our website for more information on those. What I did also want to point out is, you may not know that since 2010, we've had an official scientific journal that we've supported called Molecular Neurodegeneration. And with our leadership, it's gone from an impact factor of 4 to 17.5. And with my convincing, they're now accepting applications in macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, IRDs, any kind of vision. They really want to, they're very interested in doing reviews and recognizing that the eye is part of the brain. And so this would be a really, please send your manuscripts to them. We also help to form a society called Eyes Mind, based out of this. There's a meeting every 2 years, and it's free. There's monthly webinars, so it's free for undergrad and grad students, so please let people know that. So then just have 2 last slides. One is, we'll partner with anyone, anywhere, anytime, as long as the fit is well. So please let us know that, and our goal is to help you. And I did want to introduce the newest member of our team, Dr. Jimmy Liu, who is our Director of Vision Science Programs, and he's the person that you should go to ask any questions about your glaucoma or macular degeneration applications. So thank you.
So welcome everyone. We're very excited to start the BrightFocus Macular Fast Track today. We want to welcome you and also our 9 distinguished speakers who are coming from the US, Canada and Europe. And these lectures are pretty special because they're not just about the research that the that the PIs and their teams perform, but they're also educational. So the idea really is that you're coming away from today with a really holistic view of what AMD is. So today we have speakers that are presenting from kind of sequencing, vascular biology, histopathology, and inflammation. So we should get a really deep view of what AMD is. Do you have anything to say?
Well, I would like to... Is this work? Here we go. So it was much fun to put this together. Yeah. We were very lucky that all the speakers that we wanted to have accepted, which was really nice because we know that it's difficult to make time for this. Thank you, Diane and BrightFocus for organizing this. I think it's not only great for the young investigators, but as we can see, there are also some more mature investigators who come and listen to this. And I think it should be a really, really great program. I hope you think so too at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we just want to encourage all the early career researchers and more mature researchers as well to make sure that you are asking questions.
We'll be there for that.
Yes. This is a good opportunity for people to kind of come up with their questions, because a lot of people here might not know a lot about AMD, but it's a safe space. So no stupid questions. Please definitely put your hands up. So will we kick off?
Yeah. So we start with get into the what is AMD from a clinical perspective, but also genetics, but more of give you an idea what is AMD and what's the beginning of the disease and what might be the mechanisms. And we start with Usha.
Yeah. So